Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity with me, Bring It On. The Andra Arch looms in front of you, just as you saw it through Persoc's eyes. Sagani turns, watching the trees for movement. As the Arch's shadow falls over you, the wooded shore fades into a different scene. You're standing in another forest. Blackened, bare trunks claw their way out of the soil and keep a solemn vigil over the young trees and tender shrubs. You move slowly through the woods, and the ruins scattered throughout them. Stone pillars and broken arches show the bones of some destroyed building. Between and amidst it are elves and orlans, their faces painted and their bows drawn. Burnt trees, crumbling ruins. Where is this? I'm glad you don't recognize it. That suggests you haven't been lurking around ruins where you don't belong. Ravius eyes you intently, with a wagging finger of feigned lecturing. Sounds like you're describing the desolate stretch in the mountain slopes north of Twin Elms, site of an old battle from the War of Black Trees. I've seen the next location.
I'll follow you.
She counts the arrows in her quiver before adjusting the weight on her shoulders.
I always get a strange feeling near the end of a hunt, like an itch on the end of my nose. I feel like we're close.
She hesitates. Are you disappointed?
Not at all. After all this time. A part of me had already accepted that I'd never find him, that I'd be stuck wandering like this forever.
Her hand lingers over a bone-tipped arrow.
I'll admit, I didn't believe you at first. Still didn't until now.
She looks at you out of the corners of her eyes. What changed?
I haven't spent this much time around anyone since the long hunts in Nasitok. But I've gotten to know you. Seen how you deal with trouble. Whatever else you turn out to be when we find Theos, you're sensible, logical. If anyone can find Persoc, it's you.
What I mean is, thanks. No one's done this much for me in a very long time. Feels almost like I'm part of a village again. What will you do after this is over?
Good question.
She runs her hand over the smooth, chiseled surface of the arch. It's been hard to see a purpose behind the last 5 years, but lately, I've started to realize just how much Persoc shaped our village. How his efforts and sacrifices added up, made us stronger. Bringing his blessing back to Masuk will strengthen us and draw us even closer together. And I'm proud to know that I'll be the one returning with it. She thumbs the Andra wall with the heel of her hand. I'm getting ahead of myself. First, we've got to find Persoc, as well as your quarry, Donald. Should give me time to figure out what I'll say to him. What do you think you'll tell Persoc?
I guess that depends on who he is now. I'd like to think that traveling for 5 years entitles me to give him a solid earful about all of it. But what really matters to someone in Persoc's position? The village he left behind? The family he likely won't remember?
If I had accomplished as much as Persoc, I'd want to hear about it.
I hadn't thought of it that way. Who knows? When we find Theos, maybe you'll get your wish.
She adjusts her pack with a quick shrug. Anyway, here's to finding our men soon. Let's talk about something else. That's it.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go swap her out for Groovy Mother. Go track down some bounties.
Farewell.
Last thing the Deerwood needs is another foreign colony.
Alright, we'll do the one in Easternwood first. Let's just go ahead and start there. Alright, this is the bounty where they were digging up grave sites, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go and double check that. Yeah. So they're most likely in the graveyard. If I heard a crash in the background, I think my cat jumped into a box.
My mind's
Alright, last one Connor will take care of by himself.
Stop it. On your side. I have them.
Sure.
Here we got Code of Ill Payment. It's heavy armor, has retaliation, and +2 resolve. This might be worth giving to... Oh, it takes that one. That's lame. Still, it might be worth giving to Adair, especially since he's so tanky. Retaliation might be more worthwhile than Second Chance, or Second Wind. Alright, the Code of Ill Payment came into the hands of an Adairan gambler after he won it in a game of chance. Unsure of exactly what use he'd get out of it, he took to wearing it at his games as a good luck charm. An opponent accused him of cheating, and attempted to beat payment out of the gambler, only to recoil in pain after landing the first blow. The gambler realized then that the armor granted him some measure of magical protection, and decided to put a new scheme. The gambler would get into a game, cheat openly, or at least give the appearance of it, then fight the angry party when matters escalated, often for higher stakes. This worked swimmingly, until he overplayed his hand, and found himself on the receiving end of more angry fists than the armor could handle.
Huh.
Yeah, I think that looks a little better with the hat and the club. Though the shield still stands out. I don't think I ever saw what the helmet looked like for this set anyway. That's pretty cool. Shame this hat's so good. We might go and swap to this then. Okay, next one is Stormwall Gorge, and there's one at Cleab and Rilog. And the fourth one will have to wait.
Right.
Following your lead.
Alright, so I'm gonna guess that he's down below.
Right.
There's not really any room, well, besides the chamber we found the Vithrak in that we didn't kill.
Let's go.
I can't see over that. That's lame.
Well,
Oh, okay, I can't see over it. Even better. That's the wrong spell. Let's do this one instead.
love.
I played that first. I knew these guys could dominate or confuse, whatever it is. Okay, went pretty smoothly. No procs with Kana, unfortunately. And no unique drops. Very disappointing. Alright, Curse of Cold Clay is complete. Linnea traveled from Hangman's Abbey to the Bay of Crowns investigating the various reports of vampire appearances. In each case, Linnea discovered that the grave sites had elaborate glass, copper, and Adra devices buried around them. The distinctive intricacy of the devices was traced to a Valian dwarf that had been shunned for his unpleasant practices in Salona and Akenzi. When captured, the dwarf claimed his intent was not to create vampires, but to restore life. The vampires were created due to the dwarf's inability to solve a fundamental problem with his machinery. The incredible frequency of the dwarf's activity was not due to co-conspirators, but rather his extensive use of drugs that kept him awake and frantic for days on end. Once confronted, the dwarf put up no fight and allowed himself to be taken into custody. When Linnea left him, he was awaiting trial in Telenir. Remembrance of life's warmth. 3 uses from the AoE, 20 endurance. 20 endurance? This curious device, created by a deranged dwarven animancer, has the ability to cast the druid spell Garden of Life. It's a little odd that it has a finite amount of uses. I would think 1 use per rest or something would be better, since it's a spell you have access to anyway. I don't see why it has a lifetime amount of finite charges. Oh shoot, forgot to summon an Animat. Alright, we'll do it in the next fight and have Harabius take it out. Then I'll be 2/5 of the way there. Could have been 4/5 of the way there, but I forgot all about that. It's about time he showed up with something. He sells Husk of the Great Western Stag. Exceptional, +2 perception and +2 to athletics. A folktale tells of a stag that could outwit any hunter. The beast would see its enemies approach before they ever came within sight, and outrun them easily, leaving no trail to follow. At last, a great hunter declared that he would be the one to kill the stag, for no quarry had ever eluded him before. The man set out early the next morning, vowing to return triumphant. Neither hunter nor stag, however, were ever seen again. Some claim the hunter succeeded, and decided not to return. His prowess proved to the only one that mattered. Some say the hunter fell to a trick, and that the stag fled, seeking lands where it would never again be troubled by hunters. The crafter of this armor favors one telling of the tale, for the husk of the great stag is said to have been made from that same stag's hide. Dressed in the stag's skin, the wearer is granted the beast's fleet-footed alertness, able to keep one step ahead of hidden dangers. That's pretty solid. I will gladly purchase it. Alright, so I'm going to assume she's up here towards this campsite that we saw last time. Or right here.
Yeah, enough.
Oh wait, before I forget.
have them!
Oh, he disappeared before I killed him. I know I should have had somebody help him.
Let's go!
Die! Following your lead.
Hey, another stun proc. Fantastic.
I have them!
Not prone proc, not what I'm after, but always fun to see.
I have them!
Hey, she's using the fire damage buff as well. Hey, he's stunned again. Awesome. And that puts him at 16 out of 25. So he gained 2 in that fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and we have 3 bounties to turn in. Been looted. Yeah, I know. It's showing up on the map. It looks like it hasn't been looted yet. It's got that white sheen to it.
Last thing the deer would need.
Alright, then we're going to swap out Grieving Mother for Palagina, because Palagina has a quest in the direction we're headed next. This poor guy. He's like that every time we see him.
Sure.
Good day, stranger.
Alright, I've brought the head of Glasdeal. One nasty troll's head for a nasty little alchemist. I'll let him know the job's done. In the meantime, here's your bounty. Anything else? I'm here for the bounty on Rosca. May have averted another war of the Black Trees, huh? Here's the coin they were offering. I've got Thorfinn's head. Seems like crossing the knights tends to lead to a bad end. They pay well enough anyway. Here you are. Alright, another job well done. Or 3 jobs well done.
Last thing the Deerwood needs is another foreign colony.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Alright, well, be sure to swap out Groovy Mother. Saying it out loud so I don't forget.
Huh?
Following your lead.
Huh?
Our paths shall part.
I don't think I'm forgetting anything else. Alright, so this is Twin Elms. Oh, I wonder... Alright, so maybe this whole thing is one big city. Yeah, because this takes us to other districts. Okay. Well, neat. Estremore still.
Tread carefully, Estremore.
The warrior saunters over, a snare of suspicion visible beneath streaks of paint. He glances at your gear before favoring you with a long look. Another fugitive from the burning city. The 6 tribes of Irglonfoth welcome you to Twin Elms. Before you lies the Hearthsong District. You're free to explore it, but do not let your feet stray into the other districts. Those are forbidden to Estremorin. What can you tell me about Twin Elms? The city is sacred to all Glunfothans, as it is the place where our ancestors first encountered the Builders. That fated meeting turned our people from generations of wandering to a permanent home among the Builders' relics. When the Builders commanded us to settle here, they allowed us the unique privilege to live among their structures here. It is the only place in Irglonfoth where this is permitted. The sacred city is divided into 4 districts: Hearthsong, the Commons District, Old Song, and the site of our temples, Elm's Reach, home of Delimgan and Druids, and the Burial Isle, which is the most sacred place in the city. I'd like to hear about Hearthsong. This is Hearthsong. It's a place where Glunfothans and Estremorin may gather together. It is also the site of the Passage of the Six, where our tribal leaders, the Namfatha, meet. He points to a large round building at the other end of the district. That way is the market. Guard your purse there. No one bargains like a Glunfothan. And if you need a place to stay, follow the fence to the east. There, you'll find the way to the Celestial Sapling. Which temples lie in Old Song? There is Noonfrost, which is dedicated to Rimgrand, or Rimmergond. A group of pale elves from the frozen Southlands arrived not long ago to oversee it. There is also the Nest, a temple of Hylia, and Galawain's Maw, a den of beasts dedicated to the hunter god. The route to the Burial Isle also lies that way. Tell me about Elm's Reach. There lies Tir Evron, one of the only towers of the Builders still in perfect condition. 2 great elm trees twine around it. Even the mightiest works of the gods protect the works of the Builders. 2 Delimgan sisters dwell there now. The Hall of Warriors stand at the other end of the district. Rumor has it that Anumfoth Simok of 3 Tusk Stelgar is there now. Elm's Reach is also where the Druids keep their halls. There are the Ovates of the Golden Grove, and the Ethic Knoll of Blood Sands. Many shudder at the brutal sacrifices of the Ethic Knoll. but Hyove Arona is just as powerful in her own way. My watcher friend, Ravius pipes up from behind you. I'd be honored to accompany you to Elm's Reach to meet those druids, though I am a bit wary of any circle with a reputation for brutal sacrifices. Do you know anything about the Burial Isle? It is the place where our Anamfather are laid to rest, among stones placed by the builders. They say the souls of some of the Anamfather linger there still. The way lies through Old Song. It is the holiest place in all of Twin Elms. That's all I wanted to know about the city. Something else you wish to hear? Why is it forbidden to enter the remaining districts of Twin Elms? Twin Elms is a sacred city, built where the first keepers of the stone met the builders. It exists alongside the works of the builders, and it is the only place in all of Irglonfoth where it is permitted to set foot among these sacred places. The Estramoran, however, do not have proper respect for the stones here. His words trigger something in your memory. You see an image of a perfect cube of Adra. Just as quickly, the image fades. A leader of one of the tribes could give you the permission of the city. Only Anamfoth Bethel is present in the passage of the Six today, as she has her own troubles. He jerks his head at a long hut in the middle of the district. You have other questions about Twin Elms? I haven't heard of the Keepers of the Stone. The oldest of the 6 tribes. He points the tip of his sword at a long hut behind him. Up the stairs and into the passage of the 6. This is where our Anamfatha gather. Bethel, the Anaminfoth, an extra syllable in there, of the Guided Compass can tell you more. Who are the builders? You know them as Ingwithans. To us, they are the builders, creators of the sacred places that we guard to this day. I'll keep your words in mind. Best that you keep your visit brief. Word has reached our ears that the riots have ended, and the gates of Defiance Bay have opened once more. Even better, we're going to head back that way. Yeah, so Anamfoth and Anamenfoth kept throwing me off. So I kept stuttering whenever I saw one because I thought it was the other one. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to call it here. Next episode, we will head back to Defiance Bay. In fact, let's go and head back there. And then we have a bounty to track down. We have a couple of quests to do. I think just 2 quests. We have the Blade of the Endless Paths to reforge, and we have the Hammer to be blessed for the Woman in Stalwart. I think that's it, right? Let me just double check. Yeah, Iron and Flame. And the Blade of the Endless Paths and this bounty. Okay, I'm going to call it here, and we'll take care of that next time. Hold on. I thought there was one other quest. Sorry. Got a little distracted again. Let me just make sure. I should probably speak to Durance again as well. Okay. Alright, gonna call it here. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.